Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm gonna have to make this video quick because if you look out the window here in the UK, well, it's nearly November and the sun's going down, and then it'll be dark in here soon. So I need to get on with this. Um, so yeah, one of my students messaged a few days ago saying she signed up 3 clients in the last week, and she signed up a bunch of clients before then, given the sales process that I taught her a couple of months ago. And I'm like, well, what were you doing specifically? What have you changed? And I'm going to explain to you exactly what that is in this video. So one thing that in all those big programs, I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to name and shame certain programs, but let's take a certain program. Let's call it Customers Whenever You Want. Let's give it a name. On what they teach on these programs is this is the exact format they teach to have on a sales call. It goes like this. Number 1, basic rapport. Blah, blah, blah. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? Oh, you're from San Diego. Oh, I've been to San Diego. Look, we're exactly the same. Let's have some rapport. Then the next thing they teach, number 2, is uncover the pain points. Hey, Haley, how are you doing? Then they teach you to uncover the pain points. So it's like, okay, tell me about your problem. Tell me where you're at now. Nothing wrong with this, but it's all about let's find out what they're really suffering from. So I don't mind that because I have a similar point in my process, but I'll just say, tell me where you're at in your business then. What are you struggling with? What do you need help with? Like, why are we having this chat? And then they'll tell me all about their business. Then similar to what I do is they'll say, well, okay, where do you want to be? Where do you want to get to? And then they'll say, someone might say, okay, I want to make 30K a month. And you're like, oh, well, you can absolutely do that with me. Then they'll get to the part where there's somewhat what you've just said. Again, nothing wrong with that. I recommend that. So what you've told me is you're here, and you want to get to here. And then I'll explain what you're doing wrong. And at this point, they start digging into all kinds of pain points. So what's it going to be like if you don't figure out this problem? What's it going to be like if you're still struggling from this in a year's time? Do you think your wife might leave you because you're such a pathetic, worthless loser? Do you think that you might then get depressed and end up on the street with a heroin needle in your arm? Do you think you'll want to jump off a bridge because you're so depressed? It's like, calm down, give it a rest. And it's like their aim is to make you feel so bad that you end up signing up because their theory, their premise is that nobody signs up to anything. Nobody buys any kind of program unless they're in great pain. And I take issue with that. I don't agree with it because I've bought loads of programs. I've signed up to loads of things when I wasn't in pain. I just saw that as being, but I saw the program I wanted as being the next step, whether it's a dating program, a business program, whatever. I saw it as going, well, this person's got what I want, or this person's got the ability to teach what I want. This person seems to help other people get a result I want. So that's why I sign up with them. Me being in pain and feeling like, oh my God, I can't get this done without, and my life's going to be awful without it, doesn't really come into it. So what my client changed is she was going through this same process, just like everyone else. It's just like they've been taught to. And I'm like, if you're talking to a certain person like me, who's already pretty successful and doing well, and is quite happy with their life, trying to make them feel pain doesn't really work. It just annoys them. Like when you try and make me feel like a loser for not making 10 million a month, that's not going to work. I know I'm doing well. I just know I could do better. Cats come say hi. So we changed it from her digging into pain points, being like, what's it going to be like if you don't fix this problem? How bad is your life going to get? Where else could this be affecting you in life? We changed it from going to that to inspiring the person to be even better. So let's say the person's earning 10K a month or wants to earn 30. I don't say, oh, 10K a month, that sucks. Is that all you're making? I say, you've done brilliantly to get to 10K a month. And this is genuine as well. I mean it. I'm not just bullshitting them. It's not a technique. I mean it. You've done brilliantly to get to 10K a month because most people who start an online business make zero. Most people, I'd say 90, maybe 95%, I reckon, of online businesses, maybe 99, I don't know, are earning less than $1,000 a month. Maybe less than 100, I don't know. So for you to get to 10K a month and be working full time is incredible. If you want to have a camera shaking, it's because the cat's going a bit crazy over here. Go on, Kevin. There you go. Go away. So nobody wants a cat tail on the screen. This is what happened. Live video. Welcome to live video. The cat wants to join it. Like, come on, you're not going over there, right? So what I say is like you're doing brilliantly to get to 10K a month. Like that's incredible you've got there because most people get nowhere near. But based on what your abilities are, based on what you can do, based on your audience, based on what I've seen of you already, you could easily make 50K a month. And here's how we would do it. Number one, if I was working directly with you, I would do this, 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 and this. So you could go and do that yourself now, but there's a big learning curve. You'll probably screw it up because it's hard. It's not easy to do this stuff. Or you could just let me show you. Join my program. I'll show you exactly how to do it. You don't have to watch the videos. I'll show you how to do it. It'll be a 6.5K investment, or 3 payments of 2,300. Yeah, he's very cute, Haley, but he's such a pest. He's biting me as we speak. It'll be a 6.5K investment. Haley summing up exactly what the mindset of a cat is. Oh, you're doing something important. Cool. Here's my ass. It's like a cat's desire in life is to prove that the most important thing that I have to do in any particular part of my day is still less important than his asshole. I think you're onto something there with the mentality of a cat. Look at him. Look at this fucking biting. Like, just go, stop it. What's wrong with you? He's such a. He thinks it's playtime. But I'm like, his teeth are really sharp now. Like he wasn't so bad 6 months ago when he was still a kitten, but now he's so cute. What can you do? What can you do? Well, apart from shut him out, obviously, which I don't want to do. Anyway, back to the point. I apologize for that digression. So when I say to him, look, you can be making 50K a month, and then I show him, look, here's a realistic way that we will get there from A to B. It'll take us 6 weeks, or it might take us 3 months. We'll see, depending on the person. And then I show them how we're going to get there and how you can get there with my help. And you can absolutely do this because you've got the abilities. Now, I might say, I've seen your copy. Your copy is actually really good, I might say, and mean it as well. I might say your copy is really good. You write really good stuff, but it's not quite good enough to stand out from all your competitors right now. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. That's why you make some sales. When we just tweak it up that extra notch to exceptional rather than very good, you're going to stand out from all your competitors and you're going to make loads of sales. Just like my client Michael, who did him up. Just like my client Dahlia, who's just like, we've been tweaking all the various bits of her copy and sales, and now she made like 20K in the last couple of weeks. Just like my client this. You could have those same results. It's a pretty easy sale at that point. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm a relationship coach. It's easy for you, Richard. You're helping people make more money. So if you say, join my program at 6.5K and you're offering to make a 20 or 30, well, that's an easy sale. But I help people with relationships. It's different for me. Well, it's not, because I used to be a dating coach as well. So I used to sell the same as you do. I used to be a dating coach. I used to help men find their ideal woman or show them how to do it. And it's the same value proposition. You're showing them how to do something really important in life. And you show, look, you're doing really well in life. I might say to them, I say, look, you're doing brilliant in life. Like the way you're doing with your career, you're getting really far ahead in your career. You're doing really well. You don't need any help there. You've done much better than most people will ever do. But in your dating life, you're struggling because you're focusing on your career and you don't know how to mix and match having a great career and putting all your time into that and having a relationship. Well, my system, I will show you exactly how to do that. So you're not having to stay out in a club until 4 a.m. like the 19-year-old pickup artists tell you to do when you're in work at 7 a.m. and you're like, I actually have like a responsible job here. I can't just like spend my whole time picking up girls, I'll actually show you how to meet people in a way where you're going to meet the kind of people you want, but you're still going to be able to do your job in a really good way because I know it's important to you. Just like my client John, who did this, just like my client Bob, who did this. And then it's like a really easy sell because they're like, well, they want to be with someone. They want that result in their life. It's an easy sale, even if you're selling that for the same price, even if you're selling that for 10K. As long as you make it convincing that you're going to get the results, you'll get people signing up. For me, that's a much, much more clean, elegant way of enrolling people without making them feel like crap. I've found you also tend to get higher level people enrolling. You tend to get the kind of people who are doing well already, who are making some money, who are of a certain level. They respond to that kind of thing. Whereas the people who are at the lower levels of Google Levels of Consciousness, if you've not heard of it, by David Hawkins. People on the lower levels in fear, shame, apathy, anger, those sort of levels, they respond to that kind of fear-based prodding. But anyone encourager above doesn't really respond that well to it because you're a bit like, yeah, it just doesn't work. So if you want people who are already at a high level and trying to get even better, they make better clients because they're self-motivated, they're growth-oriented, they're always trying to be better, rather than people who are just in constant pain and will do anything to jump out of that pain, but actually aren't that motivated to improve themselves. They're just trying not to feel bad. What happens when you sign people like that is they are what are called hope junkies. They'll spend the money, to get the hope that your program's going to fix their problem. But when they join your program and they get one tiny sticking point, or they realize there's a bit of effort, or there's 2 hours of work to be done as a result of something you said, they won't do it because they just don't have a level of motivation. They aren't that growth oriented. They don't have that intrinsic motivation to move themselves forward. They're only interested in going, how can I jump out of the fire? If the fire hurts, I need to jump out of it. Well, that's all they care about. They're not that bothered about, they're not that motivated to do things themselves, which is partly the reason why they're not that successful. So if you want to know how to do this for your own business, send me a message, contact me, and we can have a chat about it. We can have a chat about my programs right for you. Just like the bunch of people who are going through it now, a bunch of people who've been through it already, and like I fix their sales. Many of them, it was in one chat I fixed their sales. Especially when we do the mock call where you have a call with me and I pretend to be the customer and I tell you exactly what you did wrong. Usually we'll have 2 mock calls. One will be the first one where I'll rip you to shreds and say why you're doing it so badly. Then you'll come back and fix it. And the second one's usually brilliant. My client Dahlia, we did a mock call on a Tuesday and I ripped her to pieces. Not very nice for her, but then we came back on the next, or did it on the Monday, and then we came back on the Tuesday, did another mock call, and I was like, that was brilliant. I would have signed up. And then she signed up a 5K client the next day and hasn't looked back. That's kind of often what it takes. Like, it's not too arduous a process. If you're like getting loads of people on the phone and not signing them up, this is probably what you need. Because I bet no coach, none of the programs you've ever done before have offered to do a mock call with you in this way and actually told you exactly what you need to do, have they? And that's why you're still trying to figure it out yourself. So if you want those kind of results, if you want to be like, okay, I'm going to get this sales call problem thing handled, I'm going to get this skill done because this is a skill for life that I need, and it's about time I got it fixed up, send me a message, because no one else is going to do this for you. Sure, they'll get you into their program that tells you how to do this, but it won't fix the problem. Nobody's going to actually listen to your calls and sit down with you and tell you exactly what you're doing wrong and what you should be saying for your specific business, because they just won't. So you want to help, give me a shout. Otherwise, I'll see you again very soon.